Casting Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man is kind of crazy to me.
When I see Nicolas Cage, I see Ghost Rider.
he's definitely doing some of that in this. It's like Nicolas Cage, based off the trailer, he's definitely at times going full Nick Cage, where he's doing the dancing and he's.
I don't think Nicolas Cage gonna do a bad job. I was just surprised that they cast him, but from what I seen with the trailer, it seemed like he was gonna be acting his tail off.
Well, it was definitely kind of over the top. I believe Nicolas Cage himself, and this is gonna sound weird, he described his character as 70% Humphrey Bogart and 30% Bugs Bunny.
Oh, see, that's kind of crazy.
When you said Bugs Bunny, I'm like, okay, this is gonna. I was like, if you take Nicolas Cage at his word, this is gonna be pretty crazy. Well, apparently, like this is taking place like in the 1930s in New York City, and apparently Ben Reilly is kind of an aging, kind of down on his luck private investigator. You know, I guess he was known as the Spider at one point, and because of personal tragedy, he stepped away from the kind of heroic stuff. And like any other great detective story, the aging detective is coming back because something has pulled him back into it, right? It's I know why they picked him, because I just said the character type he's playing, like this hardened detective, you know, was aging, hasn't been in the superhero game in a while. Something happened. It's like it's a typical detective story, right? You know, something has to bring the detective back out of retirement to go solve the mystery. So it's like, there's a lot of tropey stuff. The thing that got me, or the thing that was throwing me off, Spider-Noir is normally Peter Parker. That was a big change they made from the comics, Cairo, that apparently in this version, Ben Reilly is Spider-Noir.
So what you think made them decide to go into this direction instead?
That's an interesting question, because I was like, okay, well, it's not Peter Parker, it's Ben Reilly. There has to be a reason why they chose Ben Reilly, because normally it would have just been like a different version of Peter Parker.
But the thing is, I never seen Spider-Man basically in this type of way, like, because I didn't read the comics, so seeing this type of version of, I'm surprised they basically making this, like Spider-Man Noir seemed kind of like a gritty, grimy type feel to it.
Well, I want to ask you that. It's like, it doesn't feel like Spider-Man, but is that actually a good thing these days? Because it's like, okay.
It make me want to watch it, because usually I'm not into hero type movies, but.
And do you think that that's what the movie or the show is trying to appeal to, that fan base that may be burnt out on the superhero stuff, but they want something a little different, but they still have some tie into the Spider-Man stuff?
Well, it seemed like they wanted to be more. They wanted to make something different, but they didn't want to go completely like in like a Deadpool type of direction. So it seemed like they found this middle ground of.
Well, you brought up Deadpool, because the tone of the Spider-Man, the Spider-Noir comics were very violent, right? They were very violent, very gritty. So I'm wondering, tonally, are we going to see Spider-Man in here killing people, brutally doing stuff? It's like, by looking at the trailer,
it's like he'll be doing something like that.
They didn't show any actual like brutal violence, but you start to wonder, it's like, are they holding back?
If they do that, then that would explain why they didn't use Peter Parker.
You think so?
Use Ben instead.
Okay, that makes sense.